How's it going, guys? My name is Azure and this is my first non-live Q&A video. Now, a couple days ago I made a video where I basically explained that a friend of mine had his YouTube account deleted, which was quite tragic. But I also asked you guys to ask me some questions about me or my channel, and I said I would answer as many of them as I could. So here we go, I've picked out as many of them as I could, and let's get on with it. So the first one here is from Greninja Enthusiast, who's asked me if I have any ideas of what the next level of Dancing Line is going to be, and if I think any of my fan levels are going to be used. Now, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what the next update will be. I'm hoping it will be a good one, because it's been a few weeks now since the last one, which means they're definitely working on something more. I'm not saying it's matches, but it could be matches. This is just what I think. I don't have any evidence or anything. About fan-made levels being in the game, possibly. I mean, we're just getting better at modelling and stuff. Snakeblock, who wrote the code for my fan levels, he's getting much better at modelling and animation, so who knows? On to the next one. This one is from Camel33315. My favourite current Dancing Line level. This is a tough one, but I'll have to say the Sailor's Tale, just because the music is great, the atmosphere is great, and I love the water drop effects near the end where the tentacles come out from the Kraken. I think that is brilliant. On with the next one. So this is actually two in one, but I thought I'd answer both of them. Can you play fan-made levels? Now, the animation ones that Galaxy Line or Six Squares makes, they're just animations. They're done in a program called Minimator. But the ones on my channel, the ones like the Abyss, the Cataclysm, and the Desert Electro Remix, and the Forest, they're made in Unity, which is a game making platform, and they are totally playable. Now, we've had a lot of complications between the team and I, not the Dancing Line team, the fan creation team, and it doesn't look like much more will be done in terms of development on those levels, but who knows, anything could happen. Still got the project file, it might be worked on more. But right now it's just Snakeblock making the levels. But we're going to make sure that the Forest is released. You guys get to play it. If you're using a Windows PC, it will be a box standard .exe. You'll be able to play it straight away. If you're running Mac OS, you will need to use Wine to run Windows applications. If you're on Android, you're in luck because we can compile an APK file. If you're on iOS, however, you will need a PC to sign the IPA file, which you'll have to do every 7 days unless you're jailbroken and you have AppSync installed. And azure-yt, we're not in a position to share the code. It's not an exact complex code or anything, it's just we feel that releasing the code may cause some complications with the actual game, especially if everyone is suddenly given the chance to make their own levels. It would make the game less enjoyable and would probably screw up the actual development of the game. I mean, what would be the point in making actual levels if people are just going to make their own? That's just my opinion, but I just thought I'd say that anyway. On with the next one. Will there be any islands for the levels? maybe. Depends what kind of music I end up creating, or anyone who wishes to compose for a fan level. It's all a matter of time and aspect, to be fair, but maybe. Do you play other games as well? Yes I do. For a good amount of time. It's been about 10 years, but I've been playing World of Warcraft for those 10 years. I don't play it anymore because it's the same boring stuff. I was quite good at Team Fortress 2. I've got Overwatch installed, but I'm not that good. I've got Fortnite installed, but I'm not that good. I do have a 3DS, which I play the Pokemon main series games on. I don't have a preference on my favourite, but if I had to pick, it'd probably be Platinum. The Mystery Dungeon games are pretty good. If none of you have heard of that, definitely give it a shot. It's a spin-off of the Pokemon games, but it's definitely interesting and worth giving a look. Anyways, on with the next question. Do you like the old or the new versions of the Winter, Chaos Storm and Desert? I prefer the old ones, to be fair. Maybe the new version of Winter, because it's got more graphics. Chaos is pretty much the same. Storm was incredibly hard in the pre-alpha, especially with the blackout glitch. If you've seen my Storm Dance remix, you'll know what I mean. But the desert, I honestly think that level was perfect the way it was. So maybe one day they'll bring it back. The same with the Storm, maybe have like a difficulty mode or something, but that's just a suggestion on my end. I honestly wanted to answer this question straight away. It's a bit late now, but the next song was the Forest. The ocean thing, I never ended up showing the rest of you guys, but there was another level we were working on that we kind of abandoned. I'll attach a preview in the video, but yeah, we were working on an aquatic level called the Nightmarish Maelstrom, and yeah, it was meh. My favourite line is Stalagmite. My least favourite level is Chaos. And my least favourite line is Paper. I have my reasons. What device do I use? Well, I have many devices. I use my PC mainly because I've got a 4K monitor, and I've got Nox, which is an Android emulator. So that ensures when I screen record, it is in stunning 4K resolution, whereas if I had recorded from my phone, it has to stretch, you lose your quality, and it's not the same experience. However, I have purchased an iPhone 6s, which is jailbroken, which allows me to record in widescreen with shadows. Now, I've heard there's a jailbreak for iOS 11 coming up, which means you guys may have access to widescreen with shadows if you're in an iPhone. The name of the Cydia tweak that I use to do that is called UI rotation, and it is pretty much the same as set orientation for Android users, except it's on iOS. Because iOS has shadows, because iOS is better. Nah, I'm just kidding, I've got more Android devices than iOS devices, but well, I needed these shadows because it's a good way of representing the game, especially for my channel and you guys. Yes, I have plans to release the Forest. The Abyss, I'm not entirely sure because that was part of the old team which disbanded, but I've sent the project file to another YouTuber. I'm not going to mention his name unless he wants to tell everyone in the comments below, but he might continue working on it. It's almost complete. We added gems and crowns. If you look on X channel, you'll see his gameplay of it. I don't think so. The reason I stopped with it was because it was hard to get the notes right, the tempo was wrong, it was just chaos and I gave up with it. But it was still cool to attempt. Maybe. I have plans to make a tutorial at some time, but it's quite complicated, might be more than an hour long, maybe a series of something. But basically, to make your own levels, you need to know how to code in C#. Everything requires code. We had to make a code for music starting, the movement code, collision, gems, basically everything requires code. And although C# isn't that hard a language to learn, it's still quite daunting for people who have never had experience of programming before. Modelling as well can be quite tricky. I'm not the greatest at it, that's why I let Snakeblock do most of the work. By most I mean he does everything, I just make the music and pester him on Discord, but that's basically how it works. My name is Mike. You can find me on my Facebook page in the description of all of my videos, and I am 21 years old at the time of this video. My birthday is the 29th of May 1996. I hope that answered your question. I have already answered this one, but my favourite skin is Stalagmite. Now this is an interesting question. It's very weird how almost 10,000 people have subscribed to watch my videos. Like, it's amazing, and I love reading all of your comments, doing Q&As like this one, and it's a generally nice experience. Thank you guys. How I got into Dancing Line, basically I found an ad on Facebook that showed someone playing the piano very badly and it looked interesting, so I thought I'll give it a shot. And then I proceeded to die like 100 times. And that's how I got into Dancing Line. And then a couple of weeks later I joined a Discord server, met Benstar for the first time, and that was pretty awesome. And then I started my own channel, and this is where I am now, and I love it. Getting into other games, yes, I am definitely willing to try other games. I've tried it in the past, but my series hasn't been that popular, but I'll definitely try it again. I have a folder on my phone and a folder on my desktop of different games that I wish to try with you guys. Diamond Cooper. I chose the name Azure because it's short for azuring, because I've been playing World of Warcraft for 10 years, and azuring is one of the Dragonflight colours. It's also a zone in one of the areas of the game, and I wasn't planning on making a YouTube channel. It was originally a website that I created for World of Warcraft, which never happened. Now I decided to use the logo. You might have seen in my earlier videos it still said azuring in my intro, but I shortened it to Azure, and that's where it is now. Now, Maestro Burger, my dream job, I'm actually not sure. What passion I had to be a chef is no longer there, unfortunately. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not that great at music. I'm sure some of you would disagree in the comments, but I never took any music course. I do all of my music just based on hearing. I'm not the best at non-electronic music. I'm currently struggling with the forest music. Currently getting some help from a couple of people that are musicians themselves, but hopefully I can fix that. But my dream job, I have no clue at this point of time. Lego bot, yes, I definitely have more plans to make levels. Scale of 1 to 20 on how good I am at this game. It really depends what mood I'm in, how tired I am, or what I want to record, but generally I am about 18. I still sometimes struggle in some of the levels. The Christmas Eve took me all day when I got to try it. It took me all day, and if you ask certain people, then they'll tell you that I raged, saying it's harder than the Chinese garden. And then when I finally beat it, it was so easy that I did it like 10 more times. So yeah, I'll have a bit of a tantrum over new levels that I can't beat, but then I'll end up doing it and it'll be easy for me. The idea to start YouTubing came from Benstar after I met him on Discord. Like, that was a really cool interaction when I first met him, and I never thought I'd see myself doing this, but I enjoy it. I love making videos for you guys, I love interacting with you guys, and the satisfaction from doing so, it makes me happy, and I encourage any of you to do this. My favourite video on my channel has got to be the 5K special, where I not only showed a picture of myself, I'm not that good at selfies, I showed off the abyss that you guys have been after for a long time, as well as some other levels that we were working on. I showed the behind the scenes on how I make my music. I did a shout out for all of you guys that have supported me. I just think that was the best video that I've uploaded on my channel. Now this comes from the creator of the medley. I think you should definitely check out their channel because the medley is getting better and they're adding even fan-made levels in the MIDI file, which they're totally making public at some point. How hard it was making the remix though, that was very tricky and a unique experience for me, but it was really fun. In terms of hardness though, it did take me at least a day to do, so it wasn't easy, is what I'm trying to say. Snake block. Where do I begin with this question? You're the one bloody making it, so why don't you answer it? Oh man, snake block. The blocker of snakes. And this one comes from Galaxy Line, who's now 6 Squares. Definitely check out his channel. He's making some awesome animations. How I think Dancing Line updates will become in the future, I just think they'll get better and better. I mean, if you compare the winter with the Sailor's Tale, or you compare the storm with the Christmas Eve, it's just, you can't compare them. The graphics are increasing, the sort of gameplay is evolving, especially with the maze, which had new mechanics. It's definitely improving, and I definitely think the future of Dancing Line has a lot more potential than maybe a year ago when it first started. My favourite non-Dancing Line YouTuber? I'd have to say Crazy Russian Hacker. I'm always watching his videos, he's quite funny. Especially when he does the DIY sort of content or the MRE videos. They're always funny. Definitely check his channel out. I'll link it in the description. But he is a great YouTuber. I think he's just passed 10 million subscribers as well. Definitely check him out. The worst community I have ever joined was the World of Warcraft community. Literally, hands down, the worst experience you will ever have. Everyone is just an towards each other. You join a dungeon with other people, and rather than help each other out or explain tactics, it's oh, you guys are too slow, I'm doing the best damage out of all of you, and it's just, what an But that's not even the worst part. Sometimes you get groups where people don't even talk, people that just kick you for no reason, or in the world channels, people just being. But no, World of Warcraft is the worst community. Don't just take my word for it. If you think it isn't that bad, just go on the forums. You don't need an account to check the forums. Just see how many people are complaining about utter. I do apologise for the language, but there's no easy way of explaining. But that is literally the worst community I have ever experienced, and I am so glad that I'm no longer part of it. Because it's boring, it's daunting, it just raises your stress level. Definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth spending £10 a month for. Yes, you heard me. This game you have to pay monthly in addition to buying all the expansion packs. And there's more DLC than you can think of. Well, that wraps it up today, guys. I've got nothing else to say really, except that I've joined TapTap, which is a Chinese forum board, and I'm trying to reach as many people as I can, since YouTube is blocked in China, which means some people have to re-upload my videos elsewhere so that people in China can watch my videos. And I myself tried making an account there, but unfortunately I was locked out. So I will translate this video and add subtitles so anyone watching in China is able to understand this video. And definitely check me out on TapTap. I even joined WeChat, and I will link my WeChat ID if you guys in China want to get in contact with me. I don't speak Chinese, but I will do my best to interact with you guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.